Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka That Reseller Guy. Got a regular Monday morning video for you, so it's going to be filled with a bunch of different stuff. We've got what sold on eBay over the weekend, what stuff I might be taking out to my collectibles booth. I'll show you a few of those things. We went to a play the other night. That was a lot of fun. And what sent me to the hospital the other day? You'll find out. Let's get going. All right, let's go ahead and hit a couple of the easy things to get out of the way first. Yeah, we went to the play Frozen the other night at Gamage Auditorium near ASU in Tempe, Arizona. Fantastic play. My daughter is 14 years old, and when Frozen came out, she was like 5 or 6, somewhere in that age range. So that was like one of the big things from her childhood. We took her to the play. She didn't seem really that excited to go, but during the play, she got into it. At the end of the play, once it was all over, she told us it was the favorite play that she's ever been to. We've taken her to a bunch: Aladdin, Lion King, Wizard of Oz. She's been experienced to going to see plays at the theater, and this was her favorite. So if it's in your area, if it's touring around the country, go see Frozen. It was fantastic. Even a dude like me can appreciate the play Frozen, Anna, Elsa, and especially Olaf, who steals the show. So that's number one. That's checked it off. Check off the box. We talked about Frozen the play. All right, next. What sent me to the hospital? Yeah, look, I got proof. Here's my wristband. I had to go to the hospital the next morning after the play. It had nothing to do with Frozen. It wasn't Anna's fault or Elsa's fault or any of the Frozen stuff. I woke up at about 4 in the morning with a horrible pain in my lower abdomen. What was it? Some of you think, yeah, we've been woken up to that pain before. Yes, it was a kidney stone. Yeah, so I had the fun pain of that, never experienced before. My wife had one over a decade ago, and I remember her rolling around in pain till she got to the hospital, and that's what happened to me. 4 in the morning, of course. So I had to wake her up, have her take me to the hospital, and get lots and lots and lots of pain meds. And luckily, it got cleared up later that day, but yeah, it was no fun. If you've ever had one, or you know someone that's ever had one, then you know what I'm talking about. Luckily, I'm back to normal today now, so now I can get back into my orders. I'm feeling good, like nothing ever happened yesterday. The difference between yesterday morning and how things are right now, complete turn of events. So I'm very thankful to my wife for taking me to the hospital and for putting up with me for those few hours while I was miserable. To everybody there at the hospital, they were all great. I go to Chandler Regional Hospital in Arizona. I've been there for several things. They are fantastic there. So yeah, if you're shopping for hospitals, go to Chandler. All right, all kidding aside, let's get into some of the reselling stuff. Sales still kind of slow on eBay. I had a little burst of orders on Saturday, and then it was quiet for about another 24 hours. Had a couple even trickle in this morning, so we're including those in today's total. I think I hit over only about 300 and some bucks for the weekend, so things still kind of slow out there. I did my last video about the search kind of being broken. I still found a couple things this morning I was searching for, still coming up that same way, where I search for one keyword, it doesn't come up, but if I put in 2 keywords, it does come up. So I think there's still a lot of issues out there on eBay. But let's get into what I did sell. Thankful for what did sell. Let's see. We're going to start out. We'll run through a couple cards. This one real quick. A Rick Honeycutt autograph card. This is just an in-person autograph, one that you go to like a ball game and get. A lot of these items I sold at 10% off. I sent out a lot of offers. So the price that I tell you might be a little different than what pops up on the screen. But this I sold for $5.39. I think it shows $5.99. Like I said, that a lot of 10% discounts out there. This one actually I bought off of a Whatnot auction. I buy a lot of cards off Whatnot from some people I know and stuff, get some good deals and flip them over on eBay. Always doing that. This is Corey Seager autograph with the Dodgers. I think he got traded somewhere else, and I don't know where he got traded to. I'm sure someone can correct me in the comments. But he was a player for the Dodgers for quite a number of years, and a really good player. This is an autograph Bowman Sterling. This is the blue version. This sold for $29.99. I think I bought it for like $16 or something on Whatnot. So again, it's not huge profits. It's not like I'm buying a $5 item and selling it for $50 like some of these items you'll see. But, you know, if I can double my money on a sports card, I will have no problem doing that. This next card is one that I sent in for grading myself. This is a Cal Ripken Jr. 1982 Donruss rookie card, and you can see it came back a PSA 8 near mint to mint. So it's still a really great card. Cards like this, you're always better sending in even if you're going to get an 8, because if you're selling it raw or ungraded, you're not going to get a whole lot for it. You're going to get the low end of raw cards. And this here, I believe this sold for, I got to look over my screen. I forgot the price already. It's early into the video, and I've already forgot. $49.99. So yeah, I got $50 for this card now. So 3 cards sold. We'll get those on. Oh, I did sell other cards though. Let me get this one real quick. I'll be back in a second. No, he'll be back in a second. Yeah, I sold some T2 trading cards. These are sticker sets, so these came in boxes of cards made by Topps, and there's, I think, 44 or something like that in the set. You'll see in the pop-out. I think it has a total number of cards. I was going through a box that I had up there on the shelf. These were back when I bought all those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets. If you remember, I had those last year and sold it. I sold it seems like a million of those turtle sets, but I bought a lot of different non-sport card sets, and some of these were in there. I went through these boxes and was doing some relisting checking to see if I had them in my inventory, and surprisingly, a lot of them somehow weren't in my inventory. So I had 3 of these sets. We have 1, 2, and number 3. One person bought all 3 of them. It's not an expensive set. This is really cheap. I'll throw up on the screen. Again, I got to keep going back to my screen over here. They bought 3 sets, total of $17.97, so about $18, which means they were listed at about $6 per set. So they went ahead and bought all 3 of those. I'm happy about that. It was $18 that wasn't listed in my store. I listed it and it sold over the weekend. I wish there was more sales going on like that, but like I said, sales have been slow and hard to come by these days. All right, I'm going to do the football helmets next, because if I don't, I'll forget these are on the floor and I won't even talk about them. But I'm going to come over here off camera a little bit and pull all 3 helmets up, and we'll talk about them all at once. I have a lot of helmets in my store right now. I went and listed everything that I had out in the garage. I listed them last week. Of course, I found 2 more the other day, so now I still have some unlisted ones. But I think I got like a dozen different helmets in my store, and these all sold at 10% off. So they're all for about the same price. I think I had all these at $40 plus shipping. So Adams is about the cheapest helmet you'll find, and this is actually a fairly older Adams helmet. These types I'm spending probably $5 to $7 on tops. Sometimes I'll get them for a little less. Actually, I think these 2 were pretty cheap because it was the same helmet, same store and everything. So it was the same model helmet. You got these here. What? I forgot what these were. Shut. Yeah. That's what they look like inside. No ear pads on this one. No ear pads on this one. I didn't care. I still listed them at the same price. Ear pads, no ear pads. I still listed them at $40. All 3 of these helmets I think went for like $36.99, because yeah, I think that would be or $35.99, whatever, 10% off $40. I don't know. Do the math. So sold 4 helmets, almost $40 a piece, about $100 in these 3 helmets. So this was the big part of my weekend sales. And you can see what I did on these 2. These 2 were very similar, almost identical, other than the amount of beading that they had on them. But I labeled one A and one as number B, or letter B, so I could identify them when I had to go pull them off the shelf. A few more things over here. The smallest thing I sold is this guy here. He's from Spider-Man, or Spider-Man. This is Ned Leeds. He's like a background character. I think he works at like the newspaper, but he's only available in 1 Lego set, so that makes him pretty valuable. This little dude sold for $30, and he was part of a hanging bag that I found at a Goodwill that was about $10. It had some Iron Man stuff, had another Spider-Man figure that I sold last week, and I think I still have 1 other character from that set as well to go. But yeah, that was a fantastic little bag. $30 just for that little dude. Sold a Tom Lehman, I believe it's pronounced Lehman, not Layman, bobblehead. Just one of these random things that I picked up at a thrift store. I don't pick up a lot of this stuff anymore unless it's a little bit more expensive, but I had this one. It's been in my store for a while. It's been up there on the shelf for quite a long time. Sent out that 10% offer. I think I had it at $20 and it sold for $17.99. I don't know if Tom's done anything exciting recently, but maybe that's why it sold, but somebody can let me know. Is Tom Lehman relevant, or Tom Lehman relevant these days? Next, Cutco block. You guys know Cutco. It's a great brand. I've never found one of these before. This is like a little utensil cup, or you could use it as a pencil cup if you wanted. I almost thought about doing that, but saw that it sells for about $16. Paid, I think it was marked $2.49 at the store. So yeah, picked it up. It was actually in pretty nice shape. 2 more things. Like I said, it wasn't a fantastic weekend of sales. Lightning McQueen, but this is the Lightning McQueen Disneyland popcorn bucket. I have found this one probably, I think, a dozen times now, and probably sold it 7 or 8. Now, why have I found it a bunch but not sold a lot? Because a lot of times these stickers are peeling off and I didn't buy them at the store. So that's what they look like on the bottom. It's just a Lightning McQueen car with a little handle on the top. Some Disneyland popcorn buckets can go for some good bucks, and kind of go crazy when they first release them. But yeah, this one I found a ton. I don't know why I've been finding a lot of the Lightning McQueen ones, but I have, and they sell for, again, about $20. I think I got full price on that one. Last item to sell was also, I believe, a 10% off. Let me just look at my screen over here. Yes, it was. $20 seemed to be like the magic price that I had a lot of this stuff at. this weekend, but this sold at 10% off. Chalmers Ford, I believe they were from Albuquerque. Again, it's in the listing. I got to keep flipping back between my thing. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yep. Chalmers Ford. And these little booster plates like this actually can bring okay money. They don't sell, they don't fly off the shelf. But if you find these, you can find them usually cheap at garage sales, estate sales, and at thrift stores because they see this and they don't think it's worth a whole lot. They'll put a buck or two on it. And you can sell them for 20 to, I've seen some sell for $50 and even up for certain ones. This one's nice because it does say Ford on it, so a Ford collector might want it as well. Oh yeah, I did sell one item on Amazon even. That popped up this morning as well. This morning I had like 3 orders pop up, so we're including them in today's sales totals and today's video. We got, oh, there's the back of the box. Wow. No, we sold this Financial Peace Junior game, Dave Ramsey item, and this is for kids to learn how to deal with money because kids have no clue about money. This was like $20, something like that. You'll see a little Amazon pop up on the screen. I did have it dual listed on eBay and Amazon. I did that with a few items, not a whole lot. And I don't sell on Amazon a whole lot. I think I've been selling about 1 item a week has been about my average recently. All right, now I talked about my antique booth, my collectibles booth as I like to call it. It's at an antique mall. I wish they would just call it a collectibles mall. But you can see back here, I have a little stack of baseballs right here. I've just picked up a bunch of these from a friend of mine. Most of these are like Diamondbacks, but I do them for all teams. We have spring training out here, so there's teams and fans all over the place. I got Mariners, Devil Rays. We got an old Ebbets Field logo baseball. There's even a few more hiding back behind there as well. So I put those balls out there. I sell them anywhere from like $7 to $10. I get these cubes a lot when I buy collections. They have autographed baseballs and stuff in them. So I have no cost into the cube, just into the baseball themselves. And I usually pick them up for 50 cents to $2 is probably the tops that I would pay for those. So usually pretty good profit on those. I sell a decent amount of those in my booth. All right, what else is going to booth? I'm not going to go over all this stuff. I'm going to show you some highlights that are in here. First off, look at this. Isn't that fitting that I found a frozen item? Now, I have found this little music box several times. I'll turn it on here and we'll play a touch. I don't know if I'll get copyrighted. So, yeah. And see, look, they're going to start moving here in just a second. They're going to start moving. Come on. Come on, start moving. Yeah, build your snowman. Build a lot. Yeah, I have found this thing many, many times at thrift stores, usually for a couple bucks. And you can see right here, I put them at $12 or $12.95, whatever I put on it. And they sell generally pretty quick. So that was pretty cool to find. This kind of stuff still sells at my booth as long as you price it correctly. This is stuff from the late 90s, early 2000s. A lot of these starting lineup figures. And I only put them in there if I have key players, the big stars. And in this case, we got a Mark McGwire one. Over here, we have Alex Rodriguez, a little triple play one. But I put these in there at $10. You'll see people put these in their booth and they'll have $20, $30, even $40 on some of these. And all they do is sit there and collect dust. So when I buy these, I'm buying them for probably $3 to $5 tops and selling them 10, 12, 15 at the most. But these ones in particular, I'm putting out there for $10. It's A-Rod, it's McGwire. Not a lot of collectors out there for them anymore, but sometimes at $10, people will still go ahead and buy them. I showed you this last time. I do this a lot. I get these little ball and card holders. So this one here has a Nolan Ryan baseball, so I'll go ahead and pair it up with a Nolan Ryan card. That's kind of cool. Put these in there for about $12. I've been putting more NASCAR stuff in there. I've been finding some recently. This card was just part of a collection. I paid $2 for this card. It's going to go in there at $10. I want them with really nice colors and themes and stuff like that. They don't fly off the shelf either, but they do sell. They will eventually sell. Sometimes you'll get one person go in there and buy 3, 4, 5 of them, like happened last week for me. I think someone bought a couple from me. Oh, what else is in here? Found this pack of Hot Wheel cars. I've been selling some Hot Wheels in there recently. Bought some from a friend of mine, and those have sold through pretty good. So I'm going to be adding some more Hot Wheels and other stuff. This was a cool item that I found in a thrift store. This Fisher-Price Little People, these women in history. It's not real expensive. I think it's like $15, but it was kind of a cool item to find in a thrift store. I actually have some of the other Little People sets up there, He-Man and The Office and stuff like that, so I like those. We have a Dolphins pin. We have another starting lineup. That one's Sammy Sosa. We have another starting lineup thing. That is Jeff Gordon. So, like I said, I will pick those up as long as they're the right names and stuff like that. I still sell a few bobbleheads in my booth. Not a whole lot anymore, but I do put Phoenix Suns in there. Phoenix Suns ones still sell pretty well. This is Amari Stoudemire. He hasn't played with the Suns for a long time, but this is back from like 2003, 2004, I think is when they made these. He was a rookie back in 2002, so that was shortly after he was on the team. Oh, what else is in here that I can show you? A couple little toys. I found a couple Ninja Turtles and another Ninja Turtle, so those will go in my booth in these bags. Been selling toys in there pretty well. I'm going to put a little set of Dogman books. 4 of these, I shrink wrapped them together so they would stay there. $12 for the 4 of those, $3 a book. If you can pick them up for $1 or less, it's still worth selling, but not a lot of profit in those. I've showed how I've done some of these bulk boxes before. I'm going to show you a couple more that I've done. I just picked up some 2023 Topps baseball. So this is like just stars and base cards. So I'll throw a box of like 200 out there for $10. Kind of good way to get rid of some of the commons that you get when you're buying collections, or if someone's breaking boxes open themselves. It's a good way to clear out some cards. Good $10 deal for somebody. If you want a brand new box of 2023 Topps, I think they're $90 is what the going price is. So to get 250 cards for $10 is a pretty good deal. There's stars in there. There's no big name guys or inserts, but still $10. And I do the same thing with soccer cards. So we got a little box of soccer cards right there, $9.95 for like 150 cards. Not a lot of soccer stuff out there at the collectibles mall, so I like to have some in my booth as well. But yeah, I think that kind of shows a good sample of some of the stuff that I've been selling out there, as well as all my sales and other crap from the weekend. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what's going on in your world. How have your sales been? Anything interesting going on? You pick up anything interesting? Let me know down in the comments down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit thumbs up. Go watch that card guy channel. I'm still trying to get that one up higher. It's getting close to 800. And this one's getting close to what? 2,500? Somewhere in that range. We're slowly creeping up. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time.